Buhari of the All Progressive Congress, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared winner.
2 weeks after the presidential and federal legislative elections on February 25, 2023, it will be the turn of governorship poll with 18 political parties fielding 837 candidates and their running mates for the 28th governorship elections. Also on that day, March 11, 2023, the State Assembly election will also take place with 10,231 candidates vying for 993 State Assembly seats. While these elections are very critical, the electoral body says the series of recent attacks on its facility and a spate of fake news are major challenges confronting the commission ahead of the 2023 general election, which is 80 days away.
We continue to partner with the media, not only as a key stakeholder in the electoral process, but also as a viable tool for combating misinformation, fake news, and malicious falsehood.
But for the political parties, it has been a politics of political rhetorics, character assassination, defamation, and worse still, concocted fake news. Many political analysts advocate that the campaign should majorly be on issues affecting the country instead of throwing tantrums by different spokespersons of the political parties.
Doesn't mean that the vice president is the second most powerful by virtue of the constitution. No, it's not possible. It's not true. It's protocol, and that is what the law says.
It is unfortunate that Keyamo, who I question is senior advocate of Nigeria, because nobody who was properly taught, who is properly brought up, will sit down and relegate the office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and even a lawyer for that matter.
The World Health Organization recommends that the doctor-patient ratio should be at 1 doctor to 600 patients. In Nigeria, this has fallen short of this recommendation, with 1 doctor available to treat about 30,000 patients in some southern states and about 45,000 patients to 1 doctor in the north. The decline has continued in recent times due to brain drain, with many skilled physicians leaving the shores of the country, further depleting the workforce. This maiden edition of the Medical Education Summit is seeking ways to stop brain drain. Speakers want all hands on deck to stop the exodus of the health workforce through improving the number and competence of the medical education and practice workforce, retaining them in the system, and attracting the already migrated workforce.
Assemble thought leaders in our profession to share their ideas to stimulate broader and deeper talks and actions to salvage our profession from the existential threats posed by unrelenting exodus of not just young doctors, but also their seasoned trainers.
Now, we also observe that faculty having additional clinical and scientific competence or pedagogical skills are felt to be essential or important by the vast majority.
Medicine is dynamic. We all agree, as at today, technology is fast taking over everything. And therefore, even at medical school, we must see how we can introduce some technologies in our teaching curriculum so that all this can easily be accepted.
Recent revelations indicate the country is losing enormous resources due to crude oil theft. The prosecution of the crew of mega tanker MT Heroic Idun, even though not found to have stolen crude, opened another vista to the sleaze.
Please be seated.
To curb the trend, the federal government, through the Office of the National Security Advisor, is constituting this panel to investigate crude oil theft in the country.
Is expected to investigate oil theft and losses in all its ramifications and propose a wide-ranging array of implementable recommendations to enable this administration take decisive action to end this criminal enterprise within the shortest possible time.
The 9-member panel is to be led by the interim administrator of the Presidential Amnesty Program, retired Major General Barry Ndiomu. Its report is expected to be turned in by February next year.
That the panel will leave no stone unturned by digging deep to unravel not only the incidents of theft and loss of crude, but we will also identify the causative factors as well as groups and individuals responsible for this criminal enterprise. The task assigned to the members of this panel is enormous, as it requires painstaking scrutiny of the whole gamut of the crime being perpetrated against the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the oil sector.
This is one of several efforts the government is taking to curb crude oil theft.